Okay, so here in this program, let's try to create a simple class box, and let us use the class box. Okay, so here we create a box class box is a class name, and inside box class, let's say we have three variables: width, height and depth. Now let us create another class box demo. Box demo is a class name. Inside box demo class, we write public static void main, a main function. Inside box demo class, we will be writing a main function. Now we have created a class box. Okay, now we want to use the class box. So when we want to use a class box, we have to create its object. How to create an object of a class box? Like this. We will write class name box object. My box is an object here. Object name can be anything of your choice, is equal to new box. So by writing this line, we will be creating a object of a class box. Now how that object will look like? That object will look like this. This is the object. What is the object name? Object name is my box. And what will this object contain? This object will contain three variables: width, height and depth. So this object, my box, will contain width, height and depth. Now we will assign a value of width. How to assign the value? My box dot width. We will assign the value of height and depth. How we will assign the value of height and depth? My box dot height, my box dot depth. So when we will assign variables a value, so your width will become 10, your height will become 20 and your depth will become 15. Okay, so what you have done up till now in this program? You have created a class box which contains three double type of a variable width, height and depth. You want to use that class, so you have created another class. Inside that class you have written a main function. If you want to use a class, you must create an object of that class. So you have created an object, say my box. So my box will look like this. Inside my box you have three variables. You want to provide values to those three variables. So by initializing those three variables, you have given values to those variables. Now you want to calculate the volume. So my box dot width multiplied by height multiplied by this depth. So whatever is the product, you will store it in volume. This is your temporary variable. Inside this temporary variable, you will store the volume, and here you will print the volume. The volume is equal to whatever the multiplication is, 10, 20 into 15. Okay. This is a simple program of how to create a class and how to access the class variables. Now there are few important things to learn in this program. Now, if you write this program, okay, if you write this program, then you must save this program with name boxdemo.java. This boxdemo.java. Now in this program you have two classes, box class and box demo class. So if you write many classes, multiple classes in a same file, then the file name should be same as the class name where the main function is written. Now in this program, main function is written in the box demo class. So the file name should be boxdemo.java. Okay, so this is how you can execute this program. Now, okay, so लेट्स से क्लास बॉक्स बनाया. बॉक्स के अंदर हमने 3 वेरिएबल बनाए, विड्थ, हाइट एंड डेप्थ. ओके, नाउ वी हैव क्रिएटेड अनदर क्लास बॉक्स डेमो. मैंने एक दूसरा क्लास बनाया. इन दैट अनदर क्लास आई हैव रिटन अ मेन फंक्शन. Inside main, now I have created 2 objects, my box 1 and my box 2. Okay, अब जो my box 1 my box 2 how they will look like. So my box 1, ये एक ऑब्जेक्ट बन गया my box 1. मैं लिखता हूँ 1. This is your another object my box 2. So my box 1 will contain width, height and depth. My box 2 will contain width, height and depth. जो भी ये क्लास के अंदर है same will be available in the objects. Now if you want to assign variable value in my box 1, यहाँ पे तो आपने क्या किया, my box 1 dot width, तो यहाँ my box 1 dot width की वैल्यू 10, यहाँ हो गई 20, यहाँ आपने असाइन किया 15. Now similarly for my box 2, width is equal to 3, height is equal to 6 and depth is equal to 9 you have assigned. ठीक है, then you have calculated the volume like this and you have printed the volume. So this is how you declare a class. This is how you create an object of a class. This is how you assign a variable value of a class. Whatever variables are there in a class, you can assign values in it. And this is how you can do some sort of arithmetic and you print the answer. Now if we didn't have this kind of a class structure in place और मुझे 2 बॉक्स के लिए कैलकुलेट करना होता तो मुझे 6 वेरिएबल बनाने पड़ते. width 1, height 1, depth 1, width 2, height 2, depth 2. So altogether I will be having 6 different variables और वो 6 वेरिएबल अलग अलग जगह रहते. अब क्या हो रहा है with this class facility available, I have 2 objects. Each object contains 3 different variables. Okay, और वो 3 वेरिएबल कौन से रहेंगे, that I have already defined in class box. But here in the next slide we have written few description like how to create an object and what does this particular line means. Okay, देखिए बॉक्स in C++ आपने अगर पढ़ा है तो in C++ let's say you have a class sample. C++ में कोई क्लास है आपके पास sample और अगर हम उसका ऑब्जेक्ट बनाना चाहते हैं तो हम ऐसा लिखते हैं sample S. तो S is an object of type sample in C++. But in Java, object creation is a 2-step process. It is a 2-step process like this, or you can write those 2 steps in one single statement also. So in the first step, let's say you write box my box. So box is a class name, my box is your object name that you have chosen. So if you write this one statement, basically the effect of this one statement is this much. You have created a box, you have created an variable my box, and it is not pointing to anything. I mean it is there, but it is not pointing to some valid location. Now in the next step, what you have done ki my box is equal to new box. So you know that new is a operator which is used to allocate memory dynamically. So what does this line means? This line means you allocate a memory. New is basically used to allocate a memory. You allocate a memory required for one box object. You allocate memory required for one object. Sir, lecture में हूँ, आधे घंटे में लगाता हूँ. जी. You allocate a memory required for the box object. Okay, and this is how the box object looks like. We have seen कि एक box बनता है. It will have width, height and depth. Okay, and whatever is the address of that box object, you assign it here in the my box, so that the my box will point to this memory location. This is how this object creation works in Java. This let's try to understand this with the help of this diagram. Let's say you create three different variables. Okay, let's say now there are various kinds of memory, we know. So whenever we use the new or whenever we create memories, whenever we allocate memory dynamically, the space that we are going to use it reserve is that happens in the heap area. This is the heap area. Okay, here let's say you have created three different objects. Cat Moggy is equal to new cat. So here class name is cat. Okay, cat Tiger is equal to new cat. Cat Tabby is equal to new cat. Now your three variable names are Moggy, Tiger and Tabby. Okay, so Moggy, Tiger and Tabby are your cat name or the reference variable name. Okay, but where does this actual allocation happens? So actual allocation is here. So see this Moggy, this is the actual reference. Okay, so new variable क्या करेगा? New variable will reserve the space required to store all the details related to Moggy. Here the new cat, this will reserve the space required to store all the features, say name, the color of the cat, the age of the cat for the Tiger. And here the new will reserve all the space related to Tabby, the name of the cat, color of the cat and age of the cat. This is how this basically the object creation works. Okay, clear hai? What they have done, they have created a class box. So now you know how the class box looks like. Box looks like this, which contain three variables: width, height and depth. Box B1 is equal to new box. So B1 is a name, B1 is a reference name and it points to your box object. Now box B2 is equal to B1. It means B2 नाम का एक separate variable बनाया and it is also pointing to the same memory location where B1 is pointing. So B2 will start pointing here. Now you have a box object. Now you have a box object which has two names, say B1 and B2. Concept समझ में आ रहा है? Box B1 is equal to new box. Box B1 is equal to new box. So box B1 is equal to new box means this much. You will create a box B1, width, height and depth. You will allocate the memory required to store these three variables. You will create a box object and B1 variable will point to this memory location. B1 will point to this object. Next line, box B2 is equal to B1. B2 is equal to B1 means create another reference B2 which will point to the same memory location where B1 is pointing. So I mean you have created this arrow. So by what is the result of writing these two lines? What is the result of writing these two lines? The result of writing these two lines is that you have created one object which is being referred by two different variables. If let's say you write B1 dot width is equal to 10, so that 10 value will be here. And if you write B2 dot width is equal to 20, so this 10 will get override by the new value 20. So the same object is being referred by two different variables by writing this line. Now if you want to delete this line, B1 line, so you can do so by writing B1 is equal to null. Now since B1 is pointing to this memory location, okay, if you say B1 null, B1 is not pointing to anything, so this line will be deleted. So no longer you can refer this object with the name B1. जब ये लिंक ही नहीं रहेगी तो आप B1 से इसको रेफर नहीं कर पाएंगे. But still you can refer this particular object by name B2 because B2 का लिंक अभी भी इस ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर वर्क कर रहा है. This is how you can this is how you can assign two different reference names to a single object. Again, same box program हम फिर से use करते हैं with few difference. Okay. Let's say we create a class box again. Now in the class box we have three variables: width, height and depth. Now I want to write a function. Volume. What that volume function will do? That volume function will calculate the volume of the box, width multiplied by height multiplied by depth, and it will print on the screen. So my class box will have three variables, and I have written one function, volume function. Volume will do is, it will print volume is, it will calculate width multiplied by height multiplied by depth, and it will print on the screen. It will print onto the screen. This is how my class box looks like. Now I want to use my class box. मुझे अभी class box को use करना है. What I have done, I have created a class box demo3, public static void main string args. I have written main function. I have created two objects, object 1 and object 2. So my object 1, let's say my box 1. So I have created first object, my box 1. So my box 1. Okay. So I have created one my box 1. I have created another my box 2. Okay. What will my objects will be having? Width, height and depth. Width, height, depth, and one volume function. My box 2, width, height, depth and volume function. This is how my objects will look like. क्योंकि objects में वही होता है जो आप क्लास में बनाते हैं. अगर आपने क्लास में बनाया कि मुझे एक बिल्डिंग बनाना है, let's say I should have 2-bedroom apartment, the staircase will go from here and etc. तो your objects, आपका जो actual building बनेगा, it will look like whatever you have designed in the architectural map. Now, for my box 1, if you want to assign the value width, height and depth, my box 1 dot width is equal to 10, so you will assign value 10 here. My box 1 dot height 20, so your height is assigned 20. Dot depth 15, so you have assigned value 15. Now if you want to assign value for the another object, say my box 2 dot width, so my box 2 dot width is 3, here height is 6 and depth is equal to 9. 3, 6 and 9. Now here if you want to calculate the volume of a function, volume of a box, so you can call my box 1 dot this volume function. So this volume function, when you call this line my box 1 dot volume, so basically you are calling this volume function. Now this volume function will have access to this width, this height and this depth only. Okay. So when you call this my box 1 dot volume, your control will go here and it will calculate width multiplied by height multiplied by depth. So you are referring to this width, height and depth. Where are this width, height and depth? This width, height and depth. So 10 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 15. For my box 2, my box 2 dot volume. So my box 2 dot volume means this my box 2 dot volume. When this volume function you will call with respect to my box 2, so basically you are referring to this width, this height and this depth. So when you will call this my box 2 dot volume, you will again go to this function, but now this width, this height and this depth will correspond to this variable width, height and depth. So it will give you answer 3 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 9. So in a way, I have to write this member function. The function that we write inside a class is known as member function. This is how we can write a member function, and this is how you can use that member function. Again, we have a class box. We have three variables: width, height and depth. Okay. Here we write a function volume of return type double. Here the return type was void. Here the return type is double. This is the change. So what does this mean? This volume function will calculate multiply the volume and it will return the answer. It will return the answer. So width, height and depth are of type double. Width डबल टाइप का वेरिएबल है, हाइट डबल टाइप का वेरिएबल है, डेप्थ डबल टाइप का वेरिएबल है. So of course their multiplication will be of type double. So whatever value we will return from here, it will be of type double. Therefore the return type is mentioned here as double. Now why to return? Why to return? In our earlier program, see how we called the function. We called the function mybox1.volume. Mybox1.volume called the function mybox1.volume. So this line will call the function. Function will calculate the value and print answer here itself. This is the task of this function. Calculate and print here itself. Return type is void. Nothing is expected to be returned. Don't send any answer to the calling function. Here it is another way of writing the same program. When you want to return answer to the calling function. When you want to send answer to the calling function. So again, let's say you have created two objects, mybox1, mybox2, like earlier program. So your mybox1 is created here, mybox2 is created here. This will have width, height, depth and volume. Width, height, depth and volume. This will have your objects will have the structure like this. For the first object you assign the value 10, 20, 15. For the second object you assign the value 3, 6 and 9. Okay. Now you want the first object का volume. So you have written mybox1.volume. Call this volume function for mybox1. 1 के लिए ये volume function को call करना है. So when you call this, when you execute this line, this function gets executed. And what this function will do? This function will calculate the width multiplied by height multiplied by depth. Whatever the answer is there, this function will return the answer. Where it will return? To the calling function. This function has called. So here in this volume variable, we will save the answer. It will throw back. It will return the answer to the calling function. The same line from where you have called the function. It will return the answer to the same line. In the volume variable, we will store the answer and in this line we will print it. For the second object, mybox2.volume function you will call. This function will be called calculate 3 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 9. It will return the answer to this calling line, calling statement here. In the volume variable, temporary variable, we will store the answer and here we will print it. So these are two variants of writing same program. One tells you how to call the member function where we are not returning anything. This one. This tells you how to return a value from a member function. Okay. देखिए इसमें कुछ